Yo, congrats to my boy Flock.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Congrats
That's
to my
awesome.
boy Flock. You
Congrats,
feel
man.
me? With a little mini champagne for my boy, dog.
Let's go. Let's
Congrats,
go.
Flock.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Real live deal here, a little late. I don't know if I still need to do the intro.
Yeah, we haven't really started.
Okay, you guys were just chatting up. Yeah, it's Real Life Dill here. My boy Flock didn't think he was gonna come, but he's here, so that's what's up. And John and special guest Shaners, you feel me? He fucking diced up his mustache, so we're here.
Oh yeah, you
Let's
got
chat
that
it
thing
out.
spinning.
Looking
Yeah,
like
it should-
Santa Claus.
Yeah, it should look nice, bro. I just took my beard ornaments out.
I saw that.
Just took my ornaments out.
Honored to be the first guest. I'm on first guest, right?
First
Shane
guest.
is the
First
first
guest, bro.
guest.
I know Shane's kind of been known as king of the deli for a while. I was wondering, is that worth it having to put up with Dill as kind of like your young bull for this long? I mean,
That's my youngest young boy, man.
You know, they've been saying I was the king of the deli from the rip.
I heard that was Shane all Florida Southern. Shane,
know,
king of the deli. Shane, king of the delis.
They wouldn't even let you play basketball where you from on Wednesdays, bro. I don't want to talk to you about no king nothing. You
Oh my God,
you understand what I'm saying?
I was crying listening to that. Flocka, come on, man.
Yeah,
Hey, what are you gonna do about it?
you gonna play, bro?
You gonna call next? You gotta
Yeah.
call next. Respectful. Bro.
You
The
gonna call next.
disappointment.
No cap, bro.
Oh man, I couldn't even get drive. I was getting dropped off by my mom. Who am I going to stand up to?
Mom, can you come get us? I just dropped y'all off.
I thought you was walking up there.
Nah, she wasn't dropping She wasn't dropping us off. I was just hyping up the story. We actually played. It was this place that made me think I was going to grow up and have a car with spinner rims, jacked up, and all that stuff. Because every weekend they would bring all their cars. You know, it was the South, right? So you got the 24 spinning backwards, like the fluorescent paint colors. One dude that plays up there is Ply's cousin. So they always were showing out every time we played. Developed the identity. I thought that was going to be me. Get an old Cutlass, but it never happened. Got a Volvo.
Damn, if you had the Cutlass, you would have been a legend.
Your Volvo
Yeah.
kind of clean though.
Huh?
Your Volvo kind of clean though.
Was kind of clean.
Yeah, John. No cap. So I had some listeners ask me a few questions last week, and that they said that the biggest thing is that we don't really like address anything that girls want to hear. I think that's kind of like bullshit, but I played into it. So I've got a few questions.
Okay.
Number one, what's the biggest like red flag when you first start talking to a John where you know it's not going to work out?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna go with lying.
She's lying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before anything's even
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah, that's a good priority.
Like,
Like,
damn.
number one.
We lying this early?
She must be a pretty shitty liar if you notice it right early.
I'm saying, yeah, you're right. All
Like how
right,
you
but
catch her that early?
because I don't know,
Doing
it's
bad,
bullshit. Like, yeah, some people just suck at lying,
Yeah, that's a fact.
and it's like, damn, what you
That
what
must
you
mean
lying
they're
for?
honest most of the time.
If they suck at lying,
Mm-hmm. They're not used to it.
but if they lying, does that mean they like you? No,
Depend on what
because
they're
they
lying,
lying. I don't know. What's an example of a lie have y'all been lied to by women?
about. Yeah, we all.
So
Next
what's the
question,
wildest
buddy.
lie? How do we turn this against women? We ain't even gonna do it.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We love women. We love women. We love women.
We know.
We love women.
This motherfucker specifically said no, 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 we're not doing that.
We ain't even gonna do it.
Guess
It
what's
took
the red
30
flag?
seconds to start talking about how women's lie.
Just red flags, dog.
Yeah,
Red flags.
that's
Red
the
flags.
lying. All right, what's yours?
I'm not exact opposite of you. I think it's when they think you're lying, like mad early on. Like if John hits you and you like, yo, I'm playing basketball with my folks, and it's like, fuck out of here. I knew you with your bitches, blah blah. It's like, all right, yo, we've been talking for a week. Like you already doing that. Like, come on, yeah.
I agree. If that's within any period that we're not comfortable with each other and you already questioning me, done.
Even if
Okay.
it's like a joke, it's like, is it a joke?
Yeah.
This what I got to look forward to.
Yeah. It's like that shit's only gonna get worse as time goes on. So that's like the biggest red flag. You could be like, it could be like a Tuesday at 10, like, motherfucking John could hit you a Tuesday at 11. You'd be like, yeah, I fell asleep. Nah, you was out here being a player and shit. It's like,
Come
dog, it's
on,
Tuesday
man.
I got a job. I get up at 6. Like, yeah, come on, yo.
Yeah.
It's like jealousy.
Yeah, like instant. Like, especially if it's early on, it's like, yeah, chill. So that's my John.
I think another one for me, I'm thinking back to college, was like girls who are big time attention seekers in the middle of a party. Like they came there with you, you know, or whatever, but they just big time attention seekers. It was just like, I don't know, a little off for me.
Attention seekers from you or from everybody?
From everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Like all eyes on me.
Yeah, just not even if we at the same party and we've been talking a little bit and they being themselves, like we ain't got to hang out the whole time. But if they're just, I don't know, dancing on a table or something crazy weird, like I just don't like that type of attention seeking thing if I'm looking for a girl personally.
Views from the chair. Is there something wrong with wanting to be the center of attention, Flock?
When I was kind of just thinking about that and referencing our conversation about Facebook, like how do we decide when somebody else is attention seeking in a bad way? Like maybe they know they're good at entertaining parties or good at having a good time, and that makes them feel good. Like who's being harmed at them dancing on the table? Not that I don't disagree with you, right? Because I would like never try to be the center of attention either. But is that more of a not helpful thing of mine? You know, because I want to blend in so bad that I don't get noticed because I'm on the spot.
Yeah, I don't think that it's like a personality flaw or anything. It's just not something that I'm attracted to.
Just not for you.
Yeah.
Flock?
What?
Got one?
Oh, for me?
Oh, shucks. You want one for me too? Yeah, dog.
I think right off the bat, my main things are views, goals, and dreams. If those aren't aligning pretty early, I'm not going to like waste my time with something like if we don't have similar thought processes about things. But then the next like deeper thing is probably the ability to give one another space. I think having your own space to be your person and them to be their person and not have to like take ownership of one another. Like this is my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Because I think that can like really cloud somebody and kind of be compressing and not give you the ability to like be who you are as a whole.
Have you ever had a woman try to like force it on you? Like, oh, when are you gonna make it official?
Yeah.
Shit like that. Like that right there that's a red
Like,
flag right there.
My wife.
I don't know.
Wife did that to me in
I don't know.
college.
You
I don't know
know
if
what?
that's a red flag.
What the force?
Yeah.
Is it just them showing that they want you that bad? You think?
What'd you say, Shane? Your wife did that in college?
Yeah, Kira did that to me in college, bro.
I'm not mad at that in certain situations because, like, yeah, I'm not mad at the John being the aggressor in that. Like, I'm looking at that the same way. It's like, yo, if you know what you want, go for it. More power to you.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think I'd respond to it well, but, like, I'm not mad at it either. That shit is the geek, though.
Has it worked on you?
Yeah, obviously, no. Hey, come on, bro. But
you're not mad at it, but it doesn't work.
It doesn't work on me, but I'm not mad at it. Like, I'm not going to shun it. Like, maybe it'll work eventually. I don't know, bro. You know, I'm not a motherfucking time traveler.
Shane, you said that that happened to you. That was kind of my situation as well, but I need that. Okay. I need that extra push a little bit to when I want something. I need to know, like, I need to have somebody kind of hit the green light for me.
Well, I guess my story about this was me and Kira had been like dating for a while, and in college I was just being corny. Like, I really liked her, but didn't want all my boys to know. You know, I had a girlfriend, still wanted to act like I was out partying and stuff. And then 6 or 7 months after we had been dating, she was just like, I'm your girlfriend, right? And I was like,
I respect that. Like,
I was like, I don't know. And she was like, yes, I am. And I was like, I know. Yeah, you are. And
well, that should work then.
I respect that, dog, because she's like, I'm not about to keep wasting my time, dog. This is what's happening. We about to establish this shit and keep it pushing, dog.
Yeah, I mean, she was definitely right because I was being corny. I was just trying to act like I didn't have a girlfriend, but like really we were doing everything together, and I was just being corny, and she was right.
Mm.
So you needed help hitting the green light too.
You don't fuck with that shit though, John.
Not early, no.
Yeah, I feel you.
Not early. But
Yeah,
if it's been 7 months,
yeah,
I'm on some bullshit.
And if it's been 7 months and I'm sleeping over your crib every night and like
every night, I was sleeping over there every night.
Yeah,
then it's like a little different in that situation, man. I got a follow-up question too.
What's the follow-up? What are we waiting for?
What is a thing girls commonly do during sex that you're not a fan of?
Thing that girls commonly do, like as a collective, or that
like
one girl has done?
Pull my
you could
hair.
do one. One could be easily. One could be easy. Whatever.
Pull my hair or touch my ass.
Touch your ass. I never like Jones don't really be touching my ass like that.
Like just grab my butt. Like if I'm walking with
I mean, like I've
Kira
had a
and
joint,
she
you gotta like wipe away. Like yeah, come on, dog, you wildin'.
Yeah, like don't touch my butt and don't pull my hair. That sounds real weird. I feel like I'm a regret.
I never heard like pull my hair. Me and John in a different boat with that because we don't have the access of it. But like, yeah, that's funny.
You know, I used to have the long hair though. So
yeah, don't pull my hair.
Pull your hair is wild.
Being a little missionary joint, and then they grab up on your back, and then they grab a handful of hair. Don't ever do that again.
You like when joints choke you?
Ooh,
I thought like that shit. I'm good for choking a joint, but I like getting choked makes me extremely uncomfortable.
I ain't never even experienced that.
But John never tried. Oh, okay.
I've had the hands around my neck, but never the physical choke though.
Shit. Bitch tried to do that. I almost had a panic attack, bro. Oh my god.
Like when applying pressure, that's a little.
Bro.
All right, you snapping.
Yep. Like a random John, dude. Like just hitting a missionary and you just like the motherfucking Undertaker going for a choke slam, bro. Oh my god. Rattled. I'd say my shit is probably getting called daddy though. I'm not a fan of that at all.
Boo. That's fire. Fuck
you
what
like
you
that?
talking about.
I'm not a fan of that, bro.
I'm so happy John agreed with me.
Yeah, he on some bullshit. Whatever name they come up with, fuck what he talking about.
You bounced out for a sec, but we're talking. I had another listener question, and it was, "What's a common thing girls do or a girl has done that you're not a fan of during sex?" John and Shane are fans of getting called daddy. I'd much rather hear my name, and there's like some scientific reasoning behind why people love hearing their name. But yeah, I'm big on hearing Dylan over daddy for sure.
I'm not with daddy because I'm like, are you 14? And like, am I your dad now? Like, that's some really weird shit. Like, you want to call me the same thing you called your
I'm not that deep on it.
I'm thinking too deep into it.
I'm not that deep on it. I just like I just don't fuck with it.
So what does that do for you, y'all, to be called daddy? Like, what is that hitting on?
I don't know what it's hitting on, but it's like
daddy.
I don't know what it's hitting on, but it's very. I think it's
exactly
submissive.
Who your daddy is.
I think it's submissive of him. Like
submissive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of them.
Say more about liking people being submissive.
Don't rub your hands together like that. You Birdman motherfucker.
Yeah, that's scary. Right?
Just cook the fuck
He's plotting over there.
Nah, tell him about it.
Y'all won't go on a ledge with me. I'm trying to take y'all out on the ledge.
Take them, bro. Take them on the ledge, bro. Because they was just trying to clown me because I said I didn't fuck with it. So get them, fuck.
I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. What's wrong with it, Shane?
There's nothing wrong with it, John.
I don't think.
I'm all in on it. Yeah.
I'm all in on being called daddy.
Yeah. What's wrong? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us, Flock? Tell us what's wrong with us.
I'm not. Yeah. Here's my thing. Y'all are trying to say that.
What's wrong with us, bro? Yeah.
Tell us why we wrong.
What's wrong with us, man? He over there looking at us crazy and shit.
He really rubbed his hands together. Oh my God.
He did the Birdman. That's crazy.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I'm not trying to say nothing wrong with it. Just
no, I'm playing.
What does that do for you?
I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Maybe from watching porns. Who knows? I don't know.
You don't like I'm not a fan of the daddy shit, Flock, but you don't like your Jones being submissive when you striking?
And it's not like every time. It's just
I'm like
in this moment.
75-25 split, like a good 3 out of 4.
I think for me the perfect combination is some like pursued and some being the pursuer.
Mm-hmm.
You rub your hands together. You got something better than that, dog.
Well,
You on mute.
yeah, it keeps going on me. I don't know why. I'm gonna cut this out. Can y'all hear the baby in the background?
Yeah, it's
it's
good,
good, bro. That adds adds something to it.
It's fine.
Realism
Okay.
and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
So I'll leave it.
We already announced you had a newborn.
Yeah. As far as something deeper to that, I think desire is a huge piece of sex. Like one person feeling desired, that's submission, right? Like I'm feeling really desired right now. Like you're coming on to me. Like I'm being aggressed towards. And then the other way I think is nice. Like when I know for me, when my partner knows that I'm into them, that makes it better for them. It feels like there's a back and forth of the submission in a way.
So what's wrong with liking John's? Oh, I'm gonna say the B word. I went all episode without saying it too. Oh, yeah. So there's nothing wrong with the motherfucker liking getting called daddy.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah, I think it's funny too.
Yeah.
I think that shit's sticky.
All the names they come up with, fire. Fuck
That's
that.
not a turn on for me at all.
Uh-uh.
I'd much rather just hear my name.
But I mean, like getting head, that's submission.
Yeah, is it though?
That's pretty subservient in a way.
Yeah.
A bitch can control you from that position too, though.
That's true. Giving head is submission too. Man, I'm trying to take y'all here, but y'all pausing on it.
Nah, go ahead.
I don't know where you're trying to take us.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Just because of John's gunning me, I don't necessarily think she's being submissive, because at that point, she technically controls like what I do. So if anything, she might be in a dominant position. You feel me?
Yeah.
I can feel you on that perspective.
I agree with that.
So like, if you're just enjoying it, there's a side of it that's submission. I think it could be both. Now that you're saying that, like
That's
they
what
are.
I'm saying. Like at one point, it's like, yeah, like I can see, like, depending on how you flip it, but if they take control, gunning you, and like they really running the show at that point. You feel me? So at that point, I'm the submissive dog.
Yeah, your life is in their hands.
Yeah, like, bitch, if you want me in that in the next 5 seconds, you got it. You want me to chill for the next 15 minutes, you got it. It's all on you.
I feel you. So what about when it's the other way around?
What do you mean?
Like
when you gunning bitches? I don't feel submissive when I'm gunning bitches either.
Man,
I feel like I'm in control.
I'm feeling
so good this episode too. That's crazy.
I feel like that's more in control.
You feel
I
like you're in
I'm
control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel in control.
Yeah. Definitely when I mean, yeah.
I'd be interested if you guys asked your partners how they feel during that.
Well, they probably feel in control. They gripping the shit out your head and all that shit.
Definitely make you feel like a little young boy.
Yeah. It's a good question. But do you feel you in control when you do a flock?
I think it's both. I had never really thought about the control piece. Like me being in control. I felt like it's kind of a nice thing for the person, just like it's a nice thing for me.
So it's like a nice little solid favor.
Solid favor.
Just doing each other a solid.
We do this solid real quick.
You take care of me, I got you.
You don't even worry about it, yo.
So have y'all?
Go ahead.
So how about when? All right, so she gets the head from you, and you don't get no head. How does that go for you?
Has that ever happened?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The fucking player guy and shit. Fuck out of here.
I'm not glorifying. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, that's happened.
Even with your girl, that could happen.
I would assume that's the only time it would happen.
Why is that?
You like it? Maybe not with you, Flock. But I'm assuming.
Why not? Why not?
I'm assuming because Flock, you know, he's a therapist and shit, and he might just be submitting out here. But I'm assuming, John, you not out here just like gunning bitches and keeping it moving.
You can hit after you gun them. They ain't gotta gun you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I thought you were just speaking like, yeah, you just like gunning them and keeping it pushing.
I've done that though.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Somebody is not your John.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You out here.
Hey. I'm all by myself right now?
Yeah, they left you on an island, bro.
No.
They left you on an
okay.
No.
You ate
I was
them
about to
out
say.
and then
Called it a day.
I got
that was-
hit.
Nah, that's what
Eventually-
you say. I'm saying individually. Like that's what y'all was talking
Oh,
about.
just to eat.
Doing it and then calling it a day.
Oh, well.
I can't picture anybody on this chat doing that.
Okay.
obviously that's not ideal.
Okay, you're right.
Why is it not a deal?
But I think you can do that though.
I mean,
You could. I feel like you could do that if that was your John.
Even
But
if
not
it's
if it's
not.
not.
Not like what am I supposed to do at that point? Like what I'm supposed to like yeah.
Trying
Come
to
on.
think.
What are you trying to say?
But we've gotten head though. Without
Yeah.
any reciprocation.
yeah.
Take us there, Dale. I can see you thinking about
You've
it.
never just got head?
I don't
No, I have.
think so.
Oh shit. You wildin'.
No.
What the fuck?
But bro,
what?
like we've had these conversations a million
Well,
times.
Dill, you
I
just think head was overrated.
Yeah, I used to think head was overrated. I like fucking way more than I like head. I've had my mind changed in recent years. It's not overrated, but yeah, like I'm not just catching head.
Shit.
He on some bullshit.
Yeah, shit.
I don't think sex has to be so like you do this and I make it equal with this action. I think it can just be like a little bit of foreplay or something like that, and then you can move on. It doesn't have to be everything all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to
yeah.
equal out.
Right? Is that what we're saying? Like sometimes it feels like it has to, because I know I felt that way, where it feels like, oh wow, was kind of one-sided.
When I was younger, yeah, I thought that way. I thought I had to, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
You got to be the alpha in this situation, you think.
bro, 'cause just how Parker said that's funny. Like, yeah, you can imagine catching a nut and you just thinking like, oh wow, that was kind of one-sided.
Yeah, I ain't even give her nothing.
Like, oops, that was a little one-sided. Like, my bad, yo. That's a wild thought.
That's never happened to y'all. Like,
No, we all been there. We all been there before.
Like it was a short day for you, and you're just like, I'm done, and that's it.
Yeah, I'll get you next time.
Damn.
That's funny as shit. We good on that topic? On to the next?
You got more listener questions?
Nah, that was it for the listener questions. I'm lining them up now, though, so I'll have a few every week.
I got you. Shane, what
question.
you got?
Shane, you got a question?
I did not come prepared.
I feel you.
Dill didn't give me the rundown. I needed a question.
You did possibly say that there was some stuff you were looking back on that you wanted to double back on. As a matter of fact, I was curious thinking of how your guys' relationships have changed or the dynamics changed since now you're both married with kids. So pre-marriage and kids to after marriage and kids.
It's definitely different.
It's definitely different.
Yeah, it's definitely different especially with the kids. I mean, I didn't get officially married until after I had my third child. But just being in a relationship kidless versus having kids is way different. I mean, going back on sex that we were just talking about, quickies are like you're going to be having sex in the bathroom. Like kids, sleeping in the next, like in their bedroom and you in the bathroom, not trying to wake them up. Like it's just a whole different ball game. It becomes like
is it like a time dynamic?
What do you mean by that?
Like I don't have enough time to get my shit off, or like I don't have the setting to get my shit off, or it's like I don't have the energy to get my shit off.
It can be a little bit of everything. I mean, you can be exhausted and want to have sex and then just like pass out, or that you got a little newborn baby, you got to hurry up quick because they can wake up at any time, or Kira will breastfeed, so like the little baby will fall asleep breastfeeding and be in our bed, so we can't have sex in our bed, and the other kids will be taking a nap in their room.
So you can't use the other room.
Yeah, like now you either going into the living room or you're going into the bathroom real quick. Like it's
Damn, is it the same though? Because you're kind of forcing it.
It's not as intimate. It's hard to get like the intimacy a lot of times.
Yeah,
but
I don't want you to get in trouble with this one.
No, I don't think I'm saying anything that she wouldn't agree with. But I think,
do you find yourself like thinking like, yeah, I need to like I need to make time for this to keep up, like, because if I'm thinking that and I've got like all these kids and it's mad hard to like find time, I would be thinking like, yeah, let me make sure I keep doing this before like almost like I would be a little nervous of like losing the momentum of that.
Losing the momentum of like your intimate life.
Not even the routine, but like, yeah, like that like the ultimate attraction and like the desire of it, to where now it feels like more of a chore than it does like, oh, I really like I want to do this shit.
I mean, I think you and your partner are going through the same thing, so it's like an understanding that more intimate sexual days will come back. But I mean, we got 3 all within 4 years, so and then I'm working during the day, so you don't get the nap time together, you know, because I'm at work, and then you come home and hopefully the kids fall asleep on time, but then you got the newborn who's waking up every couple hours, so it's hard to find time for each other, especially with our home dynamic, like with Kira staying home and kind of being like a little bit more hands-on, you know.
So like even like outside of sex, do you find yourself like trying to prioritize intimate moments?
Yeah, you have to prioritize time for each other, and it's hard. And there's going to be rough days or weeks even where you haven't been finding the time for each other just to sit down and talk. You know, I'm tired from work, she's exhausted from having the kids all day. They're finally asleep. We just want to get some sleep, but we really need to sacrifice more sleep to get a talk in. And it's difficult. You work through it. You just got to be understanding, and you got to be willing to ask, like, are you willing to tell what you need or what you need to talk about or how you're feeling?
Fuck, you're new to the game with the kid, but like, has a dynamic changed between pre-marriage to after marriage?
Definitely. And I would say less of the fact that we're married and more of just the time, which I think probably what you mean by that, like just having so much familiarity with each other. There's not like these, I guess, spaces of each other that you haven't explored. You really get to know the other person, and so there's less of that curiosity. And I think Shane put it perfectly. You've got to ask for what you need. You've got to be open to know what they need, and have a mutual understanding that those times will come back. And just because it's been a few weeks doesn't mean y'all are in the rocks. Like, it's not an indicator of the quality of your relationship.
Is it easy to tell what you need though? Or do you find it like you're complaining maybe?
What? Yeah. Go ahead.
I think that like goes back to the understanding part. Like maybe it's not easy to tell what they need, but you start to get hints that they need something, and you have to be willing to ask or understand that, like, oh, something's off, you know. Like right now we're going through, I wouldn't say a tough time, but I'm obviously in Delaware and my family's in Florida, and it's difficult. The communication is even more difficult because you get on the FaceTime and the kids dominate it. So where is Kira and I's time to talk? And she's alone. She really needs that time to talk to me, but the kids also need to see their dad. And I've been at work all day, so I talk to the kids for an hour, and then she's like, well, I got to go. I got to get them to sleep. And then by the time she gets them to sleep, I done passed out because I got to wake up to go to work tomorrow. And it's like the neglect of your relationship is going to happen, but you just got to be like understanding that it is going to come back. You guys are on the same team, same page, all that.
It's got to be mad tough to prioritize like the time I need to give to the person I fell in love with, and then the kids I love on a different level. It's like a different kind of love, but it's like, yeah, like you have to prioritize and figure out like which way is going to go which. And is it like an ego trip as like, nah, never mind.
And another thing, I don't know if this really goes along with the topic, but in my opinion, if you aren't making time for their mother, kids will pick up on their mother's unhappiness. And it puts everybody in a weird mood in a way. Kids know that, like, the maternal instincts and connections. I feel as though the kids definitely understand when mom is not super happy or super herself or needing, like, her husband to be there. It's definitely interesting.
Like they can non-verbally pick up on those things, and they get a little down, or maybe they're a little anxious or a little uptight themselves.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like a couple who isn't in a great place but live together and think that they're doing it for the kid living together, but they argue and scream all the time. They're just developing a kid that probably yells and screams all the time, or is mad because their parents are mad all the time. Sometimes it's, and I'm not saying this is my situation, but I'm thinking just out loud here about sometimes it's better to maybe for parents to split sometimes so that you and your partner at that point, or your teammate, I guess, if you're not around all the time, are raising the kid in a happy environment. You know what I mean? It's unhealthy to stay together if you're not happy. The kids pick up on all that stuff, in my opinion.
I agree. I think destigmatizing divorce from being such a negative thing is probably a really good idea, because if the kid's around a stressful environment, they're not going to be happy. So who are you helping at that point? And I think maybe some of that stigma has come from belief systems. Like, I know a lot of people are married in the church. So in the church, it's like a big no-no to get divorced. And so, or families are like, oh, wow, they got divorced. Now we're going to look down on them. And it kind of puts a negative light on the divorce happening.
Yeah, for sure. That's like an old school mentality. Like, oh, you can't get divorced. So what? We're miserable together and we're just breeding a miserable environment. Like that's not good.
Yeah. One of my favorite therapists, she says that you are married to 5 or 6 people throughout the marriage. If it's for a while, you guys each change, and that relationship dies, and you build a new one, and then that one dies, and you build a new one. And I can see that happening in ours so much. I've changed a million times. Emily has changed so much. Like, she was the super outgoing one, and I was a quiet one, and that's kind of switched in a lot of scenarios, which is a weird dynamic. Yeah, it kind of has.
Yeah, I don't know if Dill told me about you saying something about that before, or if I heard that on your podcast or something. But yeah, that's an interesting concept. And how do you get through maybe the person that you became for this little 5-year span is not seeing eye to eye with the person that they've become for their 5-year span, and how do you get through that and like maybe reconnect?
I'm a big adamant on that, like, to where I think marriage is almost unrealistic, because how can you marry somebody when you're 20 and expect you guys to still be in sync at 65?
I think one thing that I see as a huge issue that folk get caught up on is wanting to be able to resolve every disagreement about how to handle a situation, or what to think about a scenario or another person, or what to say, and getting away from like these specific day-to-day disagreements and focusing back on the big picture. Do I trust this person? Do I feel like they trust me? Do I feel safe around them? Do they feel safe around me? Do they have integrity? Do I have integrity? Like, bigger concepts than just, you shouldn't have yelled at me that one time.
But does that not scare you at all to think, like, how much you've changed in the last 6 years in comparison? Like, who am I going to be in 15 years? And how do I know that's going to be compatible with the person I'm with now?
Scary as shit.
Is that a consistent thought, though? Or is that maybe once every fucking 2 years?
What do you think? I don't know, Shane. Does that come up for you? I'm trying to think.
I mean, I think that there's like certain principles that you should always kind of resort to in marriage and in life. Like, treat people the way you want to be treated, and like compromise and understanding. And sometimes it's okay to agree to disagree. And I think that if you're going through a rough patch with a person, you just got to remember the good times and just understand that not everything is going to be peaches and cream. And
yeah,
if you really love each other, you will be able to work through it. And if you're not able to work through it, then it's okay to healthily move on. And then I'm speaking in the sense of like the household maybe not being healthy for the children, but I do think that, a lot of people who get married fell in love for a reason. And I think you can try to get it back through rough patches for sure.
I don't necessarily think people like, I don't necessarily think the core of somebody changes, but personalities change to an extent. So if you fall in love with the core of somebody, like their ideal values of like, everyone's built up on certain values, and that doesn't change too much from your adult life to however old you get. But like if it's certain personality traits, like you might fall in love with, they like being the center of attention, or it's always jokes or whatnot, then it's like that could adapt over time.
Yeah, I think so. I think that kind of speaks right to what I was saying that happened with me and Em, where we've maybe balanced out and being able to hold space and conversations where I would have been more reserved. But I think what's happened for me is I've gotten more comfortable being in the spotlight, and she's gotten more comfortable not being in the spotlight. So it's been like growth.
Which is funny because I remember Emma's like a social butterfly.
Yeah, big time.
So do you guys think it's freaky when people are like overly personal on Facebook or social media in general?
I do.
Yeah, what exactly is that? You think that's an attention grab? Like that's a look at me?
I do think it's an attention grab. I think, do you not have any other outlets? Do you not have like people that are trying to talk to you and give you space to have these conversations, or so you have to put it on social media? And but then I also hear people talking about being vulnerable and not putting a shame to when you're not feeling hot and trying to set a new standard for what's acceptable to be open about. So in a way, I see both sides, but I do think it's a little bit of grab for attention.
I really feel like bad for those people that I don't know, when I read something like so personal, it just makes me feel eerie sometimes, like they don't have anybody to speak to. Like I don't know, it's definitely an attention grab, but I also feel bad, like damn, you ain't got nobody else to talk to. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. And it makes you want to be away from it more. It's like, you sharing all this? That's not in my business. Especially when it's personal shit. You be like, damn, for the internet?
Yeah.
And then you wonder, is it, you really are doing this for attention, or do you really not have anybody to talk to? And like you said, then you're like, damn, if they don't have anybody to talk to, you might feel a little bad for them.
Nah, I go back and forth, and I be commenting on them Jones regardless, though.
Saying what?
Yo, keep your head up, bro. You feel like you get through it. You feel like because at one point it might be like a attention grab, but on the other point it might be like, yeah, you have nobody to express yourself to, and the only time you feel comfortable enough to express yourself is when like nobody's around. So like you premeditating what you're gonna say. It's not really like over personal. You feel me? Because it's just a post, and then you can dictate on how people's responses are because you can delete them. So it's like, it's weird to me because it's like, yo, it's hundreds of people going to see this, John. But it's also like, this is the only setting where you can say something and completely control what the feedback is on it.
Yeah, I think there's something to somebody not being able to say something back to your face. Like I can put this out there and I don't have to have an immediate conversation about it and come up with my next statement, which is why I think takes are so easy on like Twitter, Facebook. You can say something, but nobody's going to respond. You don't have to say something back right away.
And the hypocrisy in me saying, is that freaky while we're having a pod going through therapy shit?
What do you mean?
Like, I can't shun a motherfucker for going over personal in a public setting if I'm doing the same shit weekly on a pod.
I can get with that. I can get with that.
But it does seem like instant reaction is, yeah, this John freaky as shit there. Like, motherfucker be like, man, I woke up mad sad today. It's like, all right, yo. All right, yo.
Some topics be out of pocket, though. Like, if somebody's on there just ripping or ex-boyfriend or something. Like, just, I don't know. Some should be wild, like too wild.
Nah, the baby mom, baby dad beef on Facebook on my timelines be the geek there. That shit is interesting.
You gotta keep Facebook to once a week, man. It's not good for this. It's not good for the soul.
Yeah, once a day, baby.
Once a week, man. Stay away.
You said it's bad for the soul.
It's bad for the soul, man.
I can get what you're saying. We gotta normalize the stigma of talking about things that are taboo and being able to have that conversation out in the open. But it sounds like there's a difference between when you're just ragging on somebody and when you're talking about yourself having a tough time.
Like, who am I to tell you it's freaky for you expressing yourself?
Nobody. That's what Facebook's for.
I know. That's like, but my gut reaction looking at that shit, I'd be like, all right, they OD. Like, that's too much for everybody. But at the same time, I'm thinking, like, yeah, like, if that's how you express yourself, more power to you.
There's definitely a line to me, like, and it gets crossed very often with some of the stuff that's said on there.
Where does that come in, like your ability to draw the line on what's cool and not cool?
Good question.
That is a great question. Damn.
Yeah, because like you said, who are we to decide what's for to be shared and what's not to be shared?
I just be thinking it's corny, like when somebody's just ripping their like baby dad, like Dale said, or like their baby moms, like that. That's just too much. Like, there's a child involved, and now like, I don't know. I just be thinking it's too much, because really what you're looking for is a bunch of people to agree with you on bringing somebody else down in a way. I don't know.
Facts. Are you doing it because you need to get it off your chest, or are you doing it because you want a bunch of attaboys?
Yeah, like
it's easy to premeditate something and make it sound like you're right in the situation every time, and then everybody can comment, right, bro? Yeah, you telling them that shit crazy, but it's like, yo, are we getting the full John on this?
Two sides to every story, man.
That's a fact.
What's the name of our second episode? Validation?
Validation, bro. Always be getting validations from socials. Is that wrong, though?
It's a like on Instagram validation.
I feel like in our current climate, it's the currency of validation.
Fuck yeah.
Shit, when I first had my Instagram, I was on them likes. I wanted them, baby.
Let's not even cap. We was just geeking because we got 170 Johns on YouTube last week, and however many listens on the other Johns. So it's like, oh yeah, the pod heating up.
I don't think that's I don't think that's Instagram like though.
It's still socials, bro. It's still like, oh, people checking in, so he must be doing all right.
Yeah, but I think that's the goal. Is the goal for a picture? Is that your goal to get 1 million likes, or are you posting a picture that you like?
I don't know. Is it?
That's what I'm asking. When y'all post a picture, are y'all like, oh, I hope this gets 100 likes, or are y'all just posting a picture because y'all like it?
What makes you like a picture?
Exactly.
Like when you say, I'm going to post this,
yeah.
Is it fire because you know it's going to be fire?
Or because you actually just want to post this?
I'm posing that joint because I think it looks fire. But if I don't get mad likes, I'm going to start second guessing. Like maybe that joint wasn't as fire as I thought.
So are you disappointed when you don't get however many likes you think
if I post a fire
get?
joint, I'm like, yeah, if I'm used to getting fucking 90 and I get like 23, I'm like, yeah, that pic must have been mad corny. Like, that shit must have been whack, yo.
That's fucked up. I mean, I don't even be on there. I never really cared. Sounds stupid, but I never really cared. Like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's like, it's just fucking Instagram.
I recently deleted my Instagram for the second time. The first time I deleted it, I went back and like looked at all my captions and all my pictures, and I just was like, yeah, I was corny. Like, I was really like horny for all these likes, and I just thought it was whack. So I deleted it, got off there for a little while, and then I got back on it for like a news source. But then, like I said, I watched The Social Dilemma, and now I'm trying to get off all social media. Yeah,
Social Dilemma's wild.
Yeah, that shit was freaking me out, man.
That's a wild watch. We're fucked.
We are. It's interesting to me that people from both sides of the political spectrum can watch that show and feel the same about it.
Well, it just shows like how dependent we are for like the day-to-day on socials. And that's not even necessarily like a political John. It's more of like as a whole, we are completely fucked on like how society's built our self-esteem on what we do on socials.
But some people aren't aren't as invested in the socials.
Yeah,
Like how do you think the majority of people got invested in socials?
because that's what everybody
Well,
doing, bro. It's just like saying how you think the majority of people got into cell phones. Like that, it's just
nah,
motherfuckers
I
start
mean,
grabbing. Like you could have had a house
but
phone, you
some
could
people stayed
communicate the same
away.
way.
Some
Yeah, but
people did stay away.
the overwhelming majority, bro.
Yeah, I know. This is a
So
question, though. I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
Probably
No,
money and validation.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of money to be had for the owners, and they make it so you feel good when you're on it and not good when you're not on it. I mean, I can feel physically when I haven't been on one of them for a minute and I haven't checked it. I can start to feel that withdrawal coming in.
like I need to get on this shit. I need to see what's happening. A
Yeah.
feel of losing out, missing out.
A little bit. It's like, I think for me, it's probably the feeling of the stimulation. Like when I'm bored,
Yeah.
I think the boredom feels way stronger than it used to without social media.
So what do you think it is they was doing before social media? Because we don't even really remember that era. Like when did we get MySpace, Black Planet, and
like
fucking those
eighth
sites?
grade.
Like when
And the
we're
seventh.
really starting to think of shit, we really starting to get this shit at the same time. Remember MySpace used to have page views. How many people viewed your fucking page?
Yeah, bro. But remember, it had the top 8, and that shit meant a lot.
Top 8.
Top 8 meant a lot. That shit meant a lot.
We was just ranking our friends.
Yeah, we could have.
That's
like some
whack.
wild
That's so
shit.
bad. It's like not cool. It's not cool,
It's
bro.
not.
If you had somebody else in yours and you weren't in theirs, you was moving them out quick.
Nah, yeah, that was
Bro,
a wrap.
They was off
If you-
ASAP.
If you was 8 on somebody's and you had them 3 on yours, you was hot, bro. Like,
Yeah, you look like a fucking goofy. It's like, damn, bro, I like you way more than you like me. You really don't
Yeah.
value this friendship like that. Now you going down to 8, dog, because
That
that's
is
telling me a lot.
fucked up.
No cap.
facts. Oh, you on their dick. They second on yours and you
Yeah,
10 on
dog,
theirs.
the
It
facts.
started
Oh, wait,
expanding to the 16 and shit.
I did used to like when they were showing love on my page in MySpace. Though they had the little graphics. I was like, just stopping by showing love. But yeah,
MySpace was a good time.
appreciate that.
Dude, you remember the Form Spring?
Yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
remember
my
Form
God.
Spring.
People
Yeah,
was at
did
our
that
neck.
did that hit Florida?
Nuh-uh.
Oh shit.
Form Spring. So Form Spring was like end of high school, like senior year for us. So it'd be freshman year for you in college. And it was like a social media joint where you could ask questions anonymously. And then when you answer the questions, it'll post them. And that shit was a whole like 5-month trend in high school.
And they were saying
And
crazy stuff,
The
asking wild
questions was
questions.
crazy, bro.
Some
Crazy.
haters on there, bro. Some
Anonymous.
haters.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's good.
that
What
shit
was
was
the
fun.
wildest question y'all got?
That's a long time ago. What is that? 09? 09?
Now that shit was wild, bro. They used to ask like if you hit certain Johns, like it was
Yeah.
like that type shit.
And they
Yeah,
saying
did you really hit
names.
so and so? So and so said you pussy, blah blah. It was like
Facts.
it was mad gossip, but like anonymous gossip, so you didn't know where it was coming from, but you still like be a little hot about it because you know somebody's saying it.
And it would be corny because like somebody that you cool with would say, "Oh, I just posted that on there to get you mad," and you would like know the person the next day or something. I remember that.
Just to provoke.
Yeah.
Other topic though. So Christmas is coming, mad family gatherings and shit. And I was just thinking this because I saw a Facebook post earlier today. At what point, and it doesn't have to be family, it could be friends, ladies, whatever. At what point do you cut people off? Like at what point do you say like, yeah, this isn't even worth it. It's not worth the effort. Fuck it.
I feel like when they're holding you back, if you feel a feeling of being held back, negativity, everything you say is the opposite. They add nothing to you, and no positivity. I think around that point it's like, all right, if they only bringing drama your way.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like it's like they don't necessarily have to like add anything
not
to me,
saying
but if
add,
like
yeah.
yeah. But if they like it's like it feels like it's a constant take in every
Yeah.
relationship, or like you're saying it's like constant negativity. It's like all right at this point that the relationship's more draining than it is fulfilling.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever actively or assertively cut somebody off.
Really?
I'm missing the context, though. Holidays and
Well, I was just thinking because shit's coming in, and me personally, I've got a lot of shit going on with my family and whatnot. So I say, like, at what point, for me, it's more so like, at what point do you cut a family member off or a close friend, where you kind of just chalk up the hope of like getting that relationship to where it might have been, and now you realize it's going to be more or less not ever to where it'll be, and it's going to be more of a negative than it ever will be a positive again.
Mm.
And at what point do you come to that realization, and how so?
Yeah, I just when you're not or when they're not just moving the way that you're moving, people grow apart all the time. I'm off on that one.
Yeah, it's kind of a heavy question.
Yeah, that's hard.
I remember one time, Dilly, you said to me, probably over the, I think it was probably right at the beginning of coronavirus. You were like, "No, you just got to think about how certain people can only be so much and recognize what to expect from them and just kind of let it live as that. And if they're not meeting the standards that it feels like they should meet, just kind of reset their bar."
Yeah, because I'm not like I'm never been big on like cutting somebody completely off. It's like initially, like if you feel like somebody's letting you down, you get salty about it, and then it's like it's a letdown. You get your feelings hurt, and you're like, damn, yeah, this shit's not what it was. But after a while, you're like, yeah, if I don't expect them to go on above and beyond, or I don't expect them to be like, you feel me? If you know somebody gonna call you and ask you for something every time they call you, you don't get upset when they call you and ask for something. It's like that's what you expected out of it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Or knowing, for me, it was knowing that certain people aren't going to call and just talk about updates and check in. And it's not necessarily an insult. That's just more like their style.
Yeah, because you can get into some shit and like expecting people to move like you.
I do
Like
that. I find myself doing that.
if my shit's how I show love is the calls and the check-ins and the what's it called, and then I get salty if so and so doesn't check in once every month or every month, and then I'm like, yo, damn, they didn't call me in 2 months. That's fucked up. They obviously don't care. That's not necessarily the truth. That's just not how they show their love. Their love just might be like when they see you, they chop it down. It's whatever or so and so.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I will be really big on checking in on people, seeing how they're doing, trying to have an open conversation about things. But when it doesn't reciprocate, I'm like, well, we must not be back to the MySpace where I thought we were.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get salty at first and want to take a step back, but then I'm like, oh shit, that's just me not getting my validation and not feeling like you care about me as much as I care about you. But that's just my way of showing that I care.
And that's crazy because I'm kind of the opposite. I mean, depending on how close we are, I might not check in or whatever, but I feel like when I see you, it's love. I don't, I don't know. That's the way I think about it. Like, we ain't go through nothing that should make this go south or whatever. But I mean, I could see if you like talk to somebody every day or something, if it's like that. But if we not like, we talking every week, I really don't expect a check in or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. I'm not good at checking in, but then when I see somebody, it is all love or whatever. Like, I probably only had a few friends my whole life that I actually still just like check in with daily, like often. And that's probably Dylan and Johnny. Like, y'all probably the only ones I actually just like check in with, other than that group chat too.
But that's not your shit.
Yeah, and I don't mean nothing by it. That's just I just don't be checking in.
Like some people, when you see them, it's just it is what it is. I used to get into some shit because I've like purposely stopped checking in on people. I'd be like, yeah, well, if they didn't call me in 2 or 3 months, and I haven't called them, then I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. But like, if you realize I'm the motherfucker calling out all the time, then that's what it is. That's what the relationship was. That their role was to answer the phone when I called. So I can't be mad at them when they don't reach out if that's not what the relationship was.
That took me probably a whole half a session in therapy to really figure out that I had set the tone. for the relationship. And I think I didn't really pick up on those dynamics being an only child. It was kind of hard to tell like how relationships moved between people that were peers as opposed to like the parental figures. But and I wonder how come y'all, John and Shane, are.
What
What were you saying?
What do you mean by like comparison to parental figures, though?
Well, I mean, when you have peers, I think there's more of an equal relationship happening, and I automatically assume that everything would be reciprocal. And the dynamic I have in my head about parental figures is they are the authority, and you kind of follow their lead.
So do you think it's your role to reach out to your parents to catch up, or do you think it's their role to reach out to you?
Are you asking like what I do or what I think?
What do you think?
What I
Both.
think. What I think. I think that the ideal situation would be where it's probably like 60 them reaching out, 40 me reaching out. But I'll go like all me reaching out and then nothing, and then realize, oh wait, that standard's already there. Me pausing it isn't going to change anything passive aggressively. So I restarted.
You be thinking that shit gonna hit though. I used to do that shit all the time. I call John and be like, yo, it's been 4 months and I haven't heard from nobody. And he'd be like, all right, dog, call him. Like
flat out.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, but call him, bro. Like, yeah, like it is what it is.
And then you call him and what? It's all up.
That's all love. But it takes a while, and I think that's kind of half-assed though, because it's easy to say like, well, that's not how you move. But I do think if you care about somebody enough, you're gonna get curious on their well-being.
Yeah, but
so it might not be the extent of me calling you once a week or once every 2 weeks. But if you haven't heard from me in 6 months and we have that type of love, I would anticipate you to check in.
I feel what you're saying, but then they might see, I guess we could go back to social media. They might see you on social media having a good time. Like, oh, yeah. Dill living good. I see him doing good. He's happy. I don't even need to check in on him. He's smiling every day. I mean, and that's the perception of social media.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Why do you think you guys got that set up to where you can be kind of ghost for a while, not like intentionally, not on any ill will, but then come back and it's normal? There's no like heart tension from your side, where from our side there might have been a little bit of tension, not that we would show, but just internally like questioning.
You want to go, Shane, or I could go?
I think for me it was like kind of like my parents in a way, if I'm thinking about it right. Like my mom would always check in on me when I was a kid, but it would always be a burden. It would be like annoying to hear from her in a way because she always had problems. And my dad lived in Florida, and when he would check in, it would only be like he didn't call that often at all. And then my pop-up, who I lived with, he got love from everybody, but he never really called and checked in on nobody. So it was just like everybody came to him. And I think that I kind of just adopted that from him, maybe.
That was like a humble flex.
Little light, John.
I just adopted the everybody comes to me thing, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not saying that many people come like, but Dill is definitely like the aggressor when somebody like he reaches out to me, and Johnny as well. And then we have a big group chat with all our friends from college, and I mean that's just an everyday thing. So I never really go out. It just seems that enough conversation like comes to me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that from you, because when we didn't like kick it too terribly much in college, but we were cool. And then the 2 times that I've seen you in the past couple of years, it's not like we pick up on any weird stuff, you know. It's just back to normal conversation. I can see how that works in your head that way.
Yeah, like facts, like the prelims. Yo, man, how you been? Like it was just natural. I don't know.
John, do you know how it got that way for you?
I mean, hearing Shane's story, it was kind of funny because I did, like, y'all heard me describe, like, my upbringing, how just observing how people would gravitate towards certain people. Like, my grandfather had a house on a block, and, like, everybody would come to that house. And it was just like, you just stop in and say what's up to him or to the family. So I always was just used to people coming over, saying what's up, chopping it, leaving. Like you said, we didn't have to go anywhere because everybody came to the house and was just checking in. And shit, subconsciously maybe I did adopt that type of. Now that he said it.
Yeah, no, facts. I totally agree. Like my house is the hub for my entire family, and the foot traffic coming in and out. The house was just always there. You never had to go out because they would just pop in.
And then I feel like people, when they do reach out to me, they know that I'm gonna answer or I'm gonna give them a conversation because I'm not the talkative person. But if you talk to me, I'm gonna talk. We're gonna have a conversation. So
That's how your crib was too, Flock? Nah, same. Completely different. We had no visitors. We had no visitors over at Vicky crib.
I'm sitting here like, okay, me and Dill are kind of triggered at this
moment. Yeah, people come visit y'all. Wait till my mom hear this one. She gonna be hot.
And like till this day, you still will be in touch with like the older people that would come through and shit. Like it is kind of crazy. Because they still will see you and be like, oh, you remember me when I used to come? It's just like, yeah.
Facts.
Me and Dill would jump on that relationship.
Let's exchange numbers. What's your
but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like you could say, yeah, and then you just have a little conversation. Like I said, you see them, it's all love, and I see you the next time I see you.
So you guys been spoiled by love.
Yeah. I ain't gonna front like I ain't. Yeah, shit. Yeah.
Motherfuckers been spoiled by love and visitors, dog.
Yo.
So is the conclusion that me and Dill are like always trying to get the love that we never received?
Yeah,
I don't know. Is that what y'all saying? Is that the view today?
That's the narrative y'all painting right now.
Fucking the sad
is it
boys
accurate?
up top, dog.
Is it accurate?
The fucking sad boys on the top row.
Yo, y'all crazy as hell.
Nah, dog. I had to buy a crib so I can have visitors. Jesus Christ. It makes me sad.
Funny as shit. I think, so this might tie into one of the questions I once wanted to ask. Mm-hmm. Do you guys ever have you guys ever, clear my throat real quick. Yo, also, before we get back into it, we got to take the champagne bottle at the beginning and make a gif out of that because the way it was spilling over your hand.
You always on some gay shit. You always on some whatever. I don't know. I don't even know the PC on the day. You a blade. That's what it is. Fuck you.
No, it was funny though.
You gonna say the champagne was spilling over my hand? You want some? What? You a freak? You Chris Bosh ass boy.
Make the gif out of it.
Yeah. What the fuck? You gonna make a gif out of me popping the champagne? You ain't never been in a club, so. That's why people think you better than everybody else, dog. Because you're a fucking hater. That's why.
Oh shit! What happened?
Nah, he's back.
Okay. Now I'm trying not to laugh at the beginning of it. So has there ever been something that people have said about you guys, whether it was recently or a long time ago, that at the point that it was happening, you were like, there's no way that's true, or I can't see that at all. And your friends might have even agreed with you, like, yeah, you don't come off that way. Maybe they agree with you a little bit, either way. But then looking back, you're able to say, I can kind of see how it looked that way, even though I truly don't believe that I was being that way.
Hey, Flock, why don't you tell us an example of that in your life?
Me and Dill rehearsed that. It's cool. Mine was that because I was quiet and reserved, people thought that I felt like I was better than them. Because I don't really know why. I still don't quite get it. Like I remember there was this one time somebody got mad at me for smirking. There's been times where like I'll just be quiet in the group and people are like, oh, he doesn't really want to be here. He thinks he's too cool for us. And in my head, it's like the opposite. I'm like, no, I'm probably quiet because I'm just trying to figure out the scenario and see how I want to come off or how I want to handle it or what this is going to look like for me. Maybe even because I don't know if I feel like I belong here. Like maybe am I wanted in the group? I go through like some insecurity questions. So in my head, it's the opposite of what they're saying.
Mine is kind of along the same way. Like in high school, just looked at as cocky, and I used to hate it. Like, I really used to get upset that everybody would say, or it felt like everybody would say I was cocky, when I was really just chilling, a little bit more quiet then, and it used to be frustrating.
It was your quietness that made them think that you were cocky?
Yeah, I guess so. Or yeah, I guess it was just like the quietness, or maybe aloof in a way. Like just didn't really like school. I don't know.
Was it the lax tat on your knee?
That didn't come until later.
I don't think it's because you was quiet, bro. I think it's because you used to talk mad shit. That's why the fuck they thought you was cocky, dog.
Dill definitely used to feed into the cocky rumors.
Yeah, he was a little cocky ass boy, dog.
See, I didn't even think I was cocky. Maybe I was though. I can see how it came off.
The question? It turned out as being true.
It was a bop to him, dog. That motherfucker wasn't insecure. You could tell that.
As he should be.
Yeah, like I would just walk around with my head up. I don't know.
Just living life and shit. They call you cocky.
Yeah, like what?
So the cockiness didn't turn out to be true.
I don't know. I guess that's for y'all to be the judge. I don't think I'm cocky, but maybe I was. I don't know.
Yeah, who would win in spike ball? You and Kira versus fucking AJ Green and Calvin Johnson.
That's me and Kira all day. Next question.
John, you got an answer?
Shit. Something that people say about me that I think is true.
That you didn't think was true initially, but now you realize it's true.
Maybe that I was quiet in school. And now that I look back, like, damn, maybe I was quiet. Because at the time, I'm like, if you talk to me, we talking, but I'm not about to talk to you for no reason. And people always say, damn, you so quiet, you so quiet. Yeah. I'm like, if you fucking talk, then I wouldn't be quiet around you. But I was never the person to just spark up a conversation over nothing. But then looking back, like, I was like, damn, maybe I was a little bit quiet. But, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I would have been stepping out my comfort zone if I would have just been trying to act like I'm trying to talk to you for no reason. I'd be forcing it. It wouldn't be authentic to me. But I was quiet, though.
I'm curious about that talking for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there had to be a legit reason to start a conversation?
I mean, if we're going to talk about something, I'm not about to just be like,
you're going to small talk it?
Nah, I mean, I'm going to see you in the hallway. I'm going to dab you, what's up? And I'm going to keep walking. I was never what's up? What's going on? If we in the class or at the lunch table or something, we got all day to talk. I'm not about to stand here and just be talking, though.
Yeah, no cap.
I don't know why. I was just never that person.
When you got visitors like you got visitors, you feel me? You don't need to waste your time talking with motherfuckers for no reason, dog. So fuck, I'm going to sit here in the hallway and talk to somebody before I got 17 people sliding to the crib on Tuesday.
You fucking stupid. And shit, maybe that is it, because shit, my family we still to this day have gatherings all the time. So
that's a fact.
I don't know. Maybe that is it.
I feel it though. I will find myself saying the same thing. Really, high school, college, maybe early after college. You know, people would wonder why I just would walk past them, give a little head nod, and keep it moving. Like, I didn't know we were supposed to stop here and have a conversation about it.
Exactly.
But people don't like that.
They don't. And I didn't know that until after you get out of school, people will really really talk to you and be like, damn, yo, you ain't see shit in school. I'm like, man, you ain't say nothing, man. You look like you ain't want to be talked to. Yeah. It's just like, what the fuck does that even look like? But I mean, I guess I had that look. I don't know if not everybody, but people say it. I mean,
it took me a while. It took me a while to be like confident in small talk. I don't know. I just didn't really like talking to people that I wasn't comfortable with for a long time. And I think that when I got to college, like, just a whole bigger friend group kind of brought it out on me. Now I don't even shut up. So, but it took a while to get comfortable just small talking people. Like, it would be awkward.
So was the aloofness and the quietness at school like a cover for social anxiousness?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
You know, small talk was difficult. Then maybe like keeping the I'm having a good time, not really talking to nobody was a little bit of a cover. I mean, that was the case for me.
You know.
I mean, for me, I don't know. I mean, I felt comfortable. I had friends. I wasn't like lacking friends or like I didn't. It wasn't that I didn't have anybody to talk to. Like when I'm out of class, okay, I had a girl. I had two girls at my school. And that I had got in relationship over the period, not at the same time. Not at the same time. Not at the same time.
Two of them?
Not at the same time. Not at the same time. But I'm saying I had to obviously talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't like a mute or nothing. But if I started a conversation, like, we talking.
Yeah, I feel you.
What's yours, Dale?
Well, I mean,
go yet.
I was just I thought it was captivating what you guys were saying, and I'm glad Flock is exposing you guys for being socially anxious.
Is that social anxiousness or?
I don't know. It's just I could see the hesitation in his face to really drill down on it because it's
all right. Well, let's go.
It's our first guest, so he really want to drill in on my man like
we
that.
going. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I am
Let's go.
trying to figure out what's our lines here. You know,
no lines, baby.
Let's go. No,
I'll edit it out.
It's a good one right here.
So both of you guys, along with myself, mentioned a certain level of discomfort, right? Whether it's small talk or John, you said out of my comfort zone. And so we got to make a distinction, like when is it comfort levels? When is it, oh, this is starting to feel uncomfortable, so I don't go there, even though it would be fine for me to go there. That's when we start crossing into like the anxiousness
For me, the
category.
comfort level was for me like I know you, like I have a reason to talk to you. We on the team together, or we got this class together, or we sit at the same lunch table, or we affiliate with the same people. If I don't know you, I'm probably walking right by you. There's nothing against you. I just have no reason to stop and talk to you.
What's the need for the reason?
I'm guessing my time. Like I'm gonna walk around and go get to class early so I can sit next to this girl that I want to talk to all class. Some shit like that. It could be anything like that.
You just prioritizing your conversations like that throughout the day. I feel that.
But you premeditating your combos throughout the day, so don't start.
I got a combo for everybody. I got a combo for everybody. This ain't about me, bro. This is about you and Shane not being able to chat with people, and I'm glad Flock are getting y'all, dog. Go ahead, Flock. Keep going.
I think
so. You don't think
deflecting extra hard? Right
I think
now.
he is, ain't he? Look like it.
I ain't got nothing to deflect about, dog.
Anytime somebody says this ain't about me, it's about you, my guy.
I don't even feel comfortable drinking the champagne anymore, dog. It's like, fuck.
I'm getting social anxiety thinking Flock's about to drill me with some questions right now.
Yeah, you got real quiet. You got real quiet. Real quiet, dog.
I'm trying to think social anxiousness though, like.
So anxiousness is like a really overused word. If we could define it as when your body starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable. And sometimes we don't notice physical discomfort. Mm-hmm. And because we cover it up so well with as a sense of confidence. And like we can block it out in a way and not realize, oh, I was just uncomfortable in that situation. So I kind of made myself feel like I didn't want to talk to you, or I didn't have any interest in talking to you, or I didn't really care about not talking to you.
But could it be you just didn't really care about talking to him?
It could be. I wouldn't say, I'm not trying to say that we have this anxiousness all the time, but maybe 10%, 20% of the time, did that ever show up for you where it drove you not talking to somebody? Like I know for me, we all went, at Florida Southern, 3 of us went there, like walking around at college, I would see somebody coming up that I could talk to. Mm-hmm. If I didn't know that they wanted to talk to me, I'm not going to talk to them for real. Unless it was like somebody I really knew. But if it was kind of a casual person, I'm more inclined to just head bop and keep it moving because I'm not sure how that's going to play out if I start talking.
And this might sound cocky or whatever or wrong, but that's the thing with me. Like if that person, like I'm gonna address you like, oh, what's up? Boom, handshake, whatever. if there's nothing after that, I'm gonna keep walking. But if you do say like, oh, so what's going on with this? It's like, all right, well, you taking this somewhere so we can talk. But if not, I'm not about to. I don't know why I don't. I guess initiate the conversation sometimes, unless I feel like initiating the conversation. But
Sure.
I mean, maybe that's the downside, that I don't initiate the conversation and I'll just handshake, address you, keep walking instead of ask a question.
I definitely didn't feel like I was missing out on a conversation. Like, oh, I want to talk to them, but
Yeah.
I'm anxious, so I'm not going to. It wasn't like that. It was just that I was just going to class, man. What's up? Boom, keep it moving. Like, it wasn't like I felt like I was missing something out. I was so anxious, like nervous to say the first word or nothing. It was just nothing really to talk about, in my opinion.
I'm the only one that got nervous saying the first word.
Everything ain't that deep, Flocka.
Okay.
Everything ain't that deep.
Okay. I guess I'm the only one that ever got nervous.
When you approach somebody,
yeah,
and okay, you seen somebody, you see this person every day. We're in high school. You see this person every day. What's your interaction? Like,
eye contact first? We make eye contact. I say what's up.
Yeah.
And then
do you take it there, or do they take it there?
It depends who it is, bro. What the interaction is. But in high school, I was I was a lot more energetic and geeked up. So I'm probably cracking a couple of jokes, saying some Joe shit, whatnot. But now that we're older, if I see somebody like I run into, I'm the type of motherfucker that's gonna stop and ask you what you've been up to. You cool? So and so, everything good? That type shit.
And now, because we haven't seen them in so long,
yeah.
we are actually curious. There is something to talk about, but it's just like seeing. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you're not gonna find nobody that said I was quiet.
No, hell no, hell no,
yeah.
hell no.
Like motherfuckers didn't think I was quiet.
No.
But it's cool. Everything's good. Moving on. Oh, my stepmom called me a chameleon when I was growing up. I took offense. She meant it as a compliment. In my adult life, I could see how it was a compliment, and it was true. Moving on.
You take pride in being a chameleon?
I think it's why I'm so good at my job now.
Okay.
Why'd you take it as a diss back then?
Because back then, this was like 14, 15. This is when you like take pride in being like you got to be as real as possible. So being 100 is like being your authentic self 100% of the time. Where she meant it to where I could adapt in any situation, be able to make small talk, relate, and so. And as you come to an adult, those type traits really pay off.
So you could change to the scenario and kind of get along with whoever in a good way.
I'm good at conversations, but most of the conversations is just finding the common ground. It's not hard to find common ground in most people, whether it's the smallest shit. Like you might find common ground about the motherfucking weather and be able to chat about it for 3 to 4 minutes. You feel me? So it's all about finding common ground and then making people feel like they're getting listened to, like it's a certain level, like importance, like you're really interested in shit. It's like a little manipulation tactics, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
no,
every manipulation is not bad manipulation either.
What do you mean?
I'm saying, like, if I'm like manipulating myself to make it seem like I'm mad interested into a conversation, and I'm doing it just so like somebody feels like they're like intriguing or whatnot, like I'll do that just to make it like it bump, they boost up, whatever. Don't do your dumbass head nods at me.
Nah, get him, Flock. Get him, Flock. You in the chair. You in the chair, Flock. What's the view from that manipulative shit right there?
I'm starting to get on my manipulative shit because now I'm starting to be known as, if Jake asks a question, then it's going to be trying to get something from you. So you got to be a little defensive about it subconsciously. So I'm backing off, give you guys some space to be able to bring some things to the table.
It's nothing to get, bro. That's just facts. What I was saying.
You just did. I didn't say anything. You said that you will change who you are so somebody else feels comfortable, which for you is a good thing. That's fine.
For you is a good thing.
100%, bro. Y'all motherfuckers ain't shit.
See, that's a good thing, bro.
Shit, dog.
It's a good thing, bro.
Y'all motherfuckers are sad, dog. See this?
I'm not sad.
Nah, fuck y'all.
That boy fake, man.
Whatever, bro. For the greater good, dog. For the greater good. Whatever.
Yo.
I don't really fuck with none of y'all like that. That's the joke.
Yeah,
that's the joke.
Mr. Chameleon over here.
I could tell. I was hurt a little bit the other day when I tried to know a little bit about Dill's love life, and he just said, "Whatever, bro. Don't worry about it. Back off." I was like, "All right, man."
Damn.
He tried to give me a little piece of info, and I said, "Forget it. I don't even care."
He'll talk about anything else. He won't go with that though.
Some shit's private, bro. You feel me? All right, I got one more deep dive, and then we can do a few fun things, and then we'll do our little draft on it then. All right, last deep dive for the day, unless Shane or John or you or Flock has anybody. So I was watching Entourage for like the 15th time this week. Just started rewatching it, and like I got lost in the wormhole last night of like Googling it and whatnot, and I read that they didn't base Entourage exactly on Mark Wahlberg's life because basically him and his friend's life was too dark coming in. They didn't think the consumers would go to it. And that's where I got into like another deep dive on what he did. He got charged with like 5 hate crimes between like 15 and 18. One of them was chasing black kids off his block with rocks, throwing them at him, basically yelling the N-word at him. Another one was he knocked a Chinese man out, yelled a slur at him. And then another one was he hit I think it was a Korean man with a wooden stick. And he tried to get all that expunged recently, like 2015, 16. And one of the Asian men said forgave him. He said they had a conversation and he moved on. But one of the kids said, I'll never forgive him. He shouldn't get expunged because once a racist, always a racist. Do you believe that? Or do you think someone can change from being racist to unracist?
My take is that you can change.
I don't know. I think I guess you could change. I really don't have no experience in that. Like that's just.
Yeah, my viewpoint on it is I think you could change your ways, but I'd also think it's a lot easier for me to say you can change.
Mm. You think that's easier than saying no, somebody can't change?
No, I think it's easier for me as a white to hear a story as like traumatizing as that, where this motherfucker's literally saying kill N-words, throwing rocks at 8-year-old black kids when he's 16. And now I'm like, well, he seems like a good guy now. Most people forgave him. So like, obviously you can change.
Yeah.
I hate to be the only, like, if they're this on, the only black fellow in the chat. But thing, bro.
John.
I don't know. That's a tricky question because like the little black kid said, or was a black kid at the time, said, like, I'm never going to forget that. Yeah. I'm never going to forget that. And it's easy to say you changed, but did you really change? Do you really still have these thoughts in the back of your mind, but you just know you can't say these things because they're quote unquote not the right thing to say? It's just hard to kind of believe that, but at the same time, it's like, damn, people can grow because, I mean, everybody did shit at a younger age that they would look at now and be like, what the fuck was I doing? Or that was stupid, or that was corny. What was I doing that? No reason, but I mean, can you change? Can you not be racist? I mean, I don't know.
Like, it's like, do you still have those prejudices? You just don't
That's
act
what I'm
on it?
saying. Yeah. Like, could that be the case? Like, like you said, do you still have the prejudice, but you like, nah, that's not right. That's not right to yourself.
And is that changing?
That's the question.
Like, if you still have that prejudice and you don't act on it, are you still racist?
If you still have the thought but don't say it, is that racist?
Yeah. Like, if you think about killing somebody but you don't kill him, are you a murderer?
Mm.
So it's like, that's where I go back and forth on it.
I guess it would depend, because that's a good way to put it. Because when you say, are they still racist just for thinking it? I'm like, yes, right away. But when you say the murderer piece, I guess it depends on how much you thought about really murdering them. Like if you was plotting and like thinking about it a lot or about multiple people, then yeah, you're kind of starting to become a murderer. Just like with racism. But I also think if you have one racist, I don't know. Because I've had prejudiced thoughts before, like about different types of people. Like, I don't know. I'm sure I have. I've got to have. I'm not preconceptions like women can't drive, right? That's a joke that people tell all the time. Mm-hmm. Or like, you know, there's been a million little things that I've thought, I don't know.
I just heard a new one on the golf course the other day because these fellas behind us, they were Asian, and they were hitting on us, and one of my buddies started like hitting up on us, pause. And one of my buddies said Asians don't like apply to social norms. They don't have like that kind of like consciousness. And I was like, well, I've never heard that before. But then I was like, wow, is that I was like, wow, you're a racist. And then it was like everybody was like, oh shit, and I was like, yeah. But I
So
got
how when y'all hear that word racist, is that like hurtful? Like if somebody was just to call you that?
Yeah.
yes,
Big
yeah,
time.
Yes.
me, yeah,
Yes.
shit hurts.
That's
So
top 3
it's-
insults.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
don't want to be
so
called a racist.
yeah, so are you straight offensive or are you straight defensive?
There's two Johns in the street, so you don't want to be called right street, and another John, the third right up there is racist. You just don't want to be called it.
Yeah, that's the ultimate insult to me.
Yeah, it's like but what was that John said again?
That was you answered it, right?
It's like yeah. I don't, but it's a weird line on how you dictate it, because it's like yeah, if you admittedly have those thoughts, then are you racist unless you act on it?
Has anybody called any of y'all racist?
Mm,
I can't think of
No.
anybody that said that to me before.
I've been called racist to whites.
Because you say whites,
Yeah,
that word.
Yeah.
Why does that get white people so triggered? I don't get that.
the motherfuckers don't like hearing whites.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really tough to decide because it's just not definitive. I don't think it's not a black and white thing.
Yeah, and who decides it? I did think it was a little ironic that happened in 1986, and he went platinum with a rap album in 1990.
So do you think Mark Wahlberg is still a racist?
I don't.
And what makes you think that?
Who he surrounds himself with. I think like that the people he's around necessarily, I don't think they would be around him as much if they were. But that's just, I mean, it's celebrity, so we don't really know their characters.
Mm.
So I mean, he could be, for all I know. I feel like I would have. From what I got out of the reading was he basically was self-admittingly saying, I was a fucking scumbag when I was younger, and I'd whoop my younger self's ass if I saw him now. And I don't necessarily think that's good enough.
Mm. So what like? All right. So for the things he did, what do you think?
I think he needs to outright say that shit was racist. It was a hate crime, and where he got with it to where he thought that was okay, and how he's changed since then.
Has his actions or anything that he's done tried to repent that other than saying he would beat himself up?
I don't know.
Well, the crazy thing is, go ahead.
I mean, if it like obviously none of us are in Mark Wahlberg's mind.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done like a million things over that could have fixed that. I guess the question is, can it be fixed?
Like, no, well, I don't know if it can.
You're never going. The guy that was a
Yeah.
kid is never going to forget that. So I don't think you could fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can fix that?
Can a rapist not be a rapist anymore?
No, he
No.
always that.
No.
And that's because he's always that.
Is it like an active rapist versus like a past racist?
If somebody raped somebody in 1986 and they haven't done anything since, is he still a rapist? Or did he make a mistake?
Yeah.
But what are they called? You call that person.
They committed rape? I don't know. That's a really good question.
Yeah.
It makes me think of that book, How to Be Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi, I think is his name. And he talks about there being a spectrum. And like technically all three of us white fellows are racist every day because we take advantage of the white privilege that we have and we are able to benefit from it. So that's some form of racist behavior, but it's different than like active racism. So would we be called racist for that? If it's a spectrum? I feel like we're talking about a spectrum right now.
I ain't calling a racist, dog. Ain't anybody ever called me that, John.
Yeah,
Either one.
I mean, you get what I'm saying though about the spectrum?
No, I 100% get what you're saying. And I think what I'm getting out of this is there's no real answer for this. It depends on who you're talking to, what their point of view is,
how forgiving somebody is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Done with that. this one's not even a question, but Giannis just signed his new contract, and I look at the stats, and he's getting $500,000 a game. How fucking crazy is that? We don't have a deep dive on that, but 500.
I saw in the last year he's getting over 600 G's in the last year of the contract.
500. It averages out over the 5-year extension, $550,000 a game.
That's wealth.
$550,000 a fucking game.
You can't spend that.
He's getting 10,000 an NBA
impossible.
minute.
Is that right for that to be able to happen?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the profit you're producing, 100%.
Yeah.
So y'all big time capitalism.
I am
If
big
that's
time
what
on,
capitalism is, then yes.
Yeah.
I am big time on the players. If the motherfucker that's entertaining me is getting that much money, then yes.
If I'm paying for it,
The entertainer should get the majority of the money.
Oh no, I don't disagree with that at all.
mm-hmm.
I don't think that the owners should be making more money than the players.
Now I'll agree with you there though. But then again,
You
it's
put up
like,
the money.
you put up the money.
You did it. You took the risk. That shit could fail. You could lose all of it.
Yeah, the owners definitely
I'd be down to like a rev share,
deserve a
50-50.
50-50 would be cool because it wouldn't last without players. It would be nothing without players.
No,
Isn't that all like Bron though? In the union agreements or whatever, didn't he negotiate all this for? Like that's why.
I
It's a couple of them like Chris Paul's.
I think Chris Paul's more active in it than anybody.
Really? Well, whoever did that is the GOAT because I mean,
it was that blockout season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, facts. That's when it all changed, and that's when basketball
they're
players
getting all
started.
guaranteed. He's going to get that money regardless.
All guaranteed. Football players, for what they do to their bodies, it's a crime. Like,
and it's not guaranteed.
Facts, and it's not guaranteed. Like UFC is going to court because those dudes don't make good money.
I just heard that. Was that in our chat? What is that?
So I think that the UFC is being sued, and it just passed up to the highest court because guys were just getting underpaid, and they were having to split all the money that they made for all the months they spend in the gym training, their trainers, their injuries, and they don't have any real unionization or that. I'm a little ignorant to it, but basically they're fighting to get paid more, fighting to get what they deserve. I mean, holy hell.
Yeah, I agree with that. They definitely need to get what they deserve. There should be a union. I guess I want to go back and touch on my thing because I feel like it sounded weird. Centralizing wealth, I think, would be a trickle down effect that NBA players or sports players would have if we start to get rid of billionaires. Like if we say Jeff Bezos should not have that much money because he, has to do dirty things to get that much money, and then there's other people that are super poor. That might trickle down and affect athletes, even though they're not doing bad things to get their money.
I get what you're saying.
I'm all for taxing billionaires at a way higher rate.
Yeah, but I mean, we talking about Jeff Bezos and a basketball player. It ain't even a comparison.
No, it's not.
I think it is kind of nasty when you look at the statistics of how many billionaires have been created in the last 8 months when everyone's like on the verge of starvation.
Super sick.
And how much money $1 billion really is.
Yes.
What's
$1 billion fucking
dollars? Average person making their lifetime? Less than $1 million?
$1 billion?
It's insane.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's like a regular Tuesday for me. Our last one, funny, before we go top 5. Is it fucked up to order food if it's like nasty weather out?
No.
It's a little personal.
No.
Snowstorm and I'm about to order a pizza, dog. So
No. And I'm doing the same exact thing.
I just want to make sure.
Get him out here on his bicycle.
Motherfuckers gonna come to complex in snow boots, dog.
We're just gonna tip him nice. Thank you for your service.
Appreciate you sacrificing.
Yeah.
That man is freezing out there.
Appreciate you sacrificing. All right, top 5, done it off.
Let's do it.
Top 5.
Top 5, John. What's your top 5 this week?
Top 5 this week is most annoying TV/movie characters. So the most annoying people that you've seen on screen.
When you say annoying, do you mean like actually meant to be annoying, or just by the end of it, you were just like, damn, I hate that character?
Just you thought that
We
person
could
was
do
annoying.
least favorite too.
Or
Okay.
least favorite, yeah.
Okay. I got a mix. Mine is a mix.
I think you got, Shane, I guess you could go first this week. I'm going last.
Yeah, who do you hate the most, Shane? Movie or TV?
All right. So I know this one doesn't apply, but I'm going Max Kellerman.
Okay.
That applies.
John said I could.
It was going
but I did
TV
it
shows,
anyway.
but I just said TV, so you can get that in there.
Anybody watch Shameless?
Wait. You don't do all 5 in a row.
Yeah, you get
my
one.
bad.
One at a
Yes, a
time.
try.
One at a time.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Max Kellerman. I like Max.
No.
You know, he used to be in a rap group, right? Him and his brother were signed to, maybe it wasn't Def Jam, but it was like Arista or something. And they had dropped an album. I think it did fairly well. He's got a music video, and his brother actually got killed 2 years later. He was living with a guy. He was letting a guy live with him in Cali while they were working on their other album. And he was a boxer, and he basically went like on a rage. I think he was high or something and beat him to death.
Yep, Max Kellerman.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't like white rappers though, Dill.
I don't. So Shane's right. Max Kellerman. Good pick.
He's out of here.
Not mad at it. Not
The
mad at
second.
it.
My number one would be Joffrey.
Whoa.
What?
Go clock, don't go secondly in a little square, dog. You gotta
Oh, shit.
counterclockwise it or something.
My square set up different.
I swear, different. What you know?
You could go clock rock out.
My number one is Joffrey. Not my number one, but one of mine is Joffrey
Great pick.
Baratheon from Game of Thrones. I would kill that man in real life if I see
Oh,
him.
that is a
He
good
was
one.
on my list. Great
Damn,
pick.
that's a
He
great
was on
pick.
my list.
That's a good one.
It's your turn,
And are you
Joe.
up or me? Me?
It's you. I went first last week.
I'm going Tyreek from Power. Or Tariq.
Okay, I like that. Good pick. I like that. He's annoying as hell.
Yeah, he sucks.
My first round pick is gonna be Samuel and Django. The worst fucking character
That's
ever.
a good one. That's a good
The
one.
worst
That was a good
fucking
one.
character
That's
ever.
good.
That is a
And
great pick.
I go back to back, so I'm gonna go Herc from The Wire, the cop. Couldn't
Good one.
stand him at
Yeah.
all.
Not mad at that. Shane, you're up.
I'm scrambling over here. And then we got talking. I didn't get to think about it. But Debbie from Shameless. I don't know if anybody watched that. But
That's
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Debbie.
I wish I would have thought of that.
My next one is just a funny one, and it might fall flat. Is Beans from Even Stevens?
I like that. I like
That
that.
little kid.
I used to love Even Stevens.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm going Ron from Harry Potter.
Did Shane go twice?
No, was he
Yeah.
supposed to?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, back to back?
No, not Shane. You went twice, John.
Then we went backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Damn. So Shane pick 2, and then we'll go.
Oh, no, I'm almost up. Damn.
So you got Debbie.
Max Kellerman, Debbie. I didn't like the lady from Weeds. You ever
Main
watch
character?
Yeah, I ain't like her.
All right.
Really, I liked her.
No, I ain't like her.
Thought she was dope. All right, Flock, what'd you say?
Mine was Beans from Even Stevens.
Beans, that's a good one. And I'm going Ron from Harry Potter.
Ooh, I liked Ron.
He was such a fucking bitch. Such a bitch.
All right. I'm going Cole from Martin. He was funny, but he used to just do stupid shit. Just
I don't like
stupid
that.
shit.
I don't like Martin.
Damn.
Damn.
Great show. And then I'm going Uncle Ice from Paid in Full. Just a
Okay.
fucking snake.
Damn, that's
That's a
a
great
good one.
Just a fucking snake.
Who's
That's
up
a
now?
great-
We went Shane last time after John.
So
No,
Don,
it's
you
Dale.
picked 3. Shane's back.
Yes.
Shane's back up. Does he do
It
2?
is.
Or he
No.
does?
No, it go
everybody-
back to you, Dale.
Yeah.
And then it go to Flock, and then it go to Shane for the last
Okay.
2.
Do I got a 2?
You got 1, yeah.
I only did 2, right?
No, you
Yeah.
did 3. No, you did 2.
I only did 2, bro.
Yeah, you did 2.
All right, I'm going on a popular one that people like, but I don't necessarily think they're going to agree. Jim Carrey in The Mask.
I
Hate
don't
that
agree.
movie. Hate that movie and hate that character. It's not funny at all. It's over extreme. It's not a good movie.
Man.
I don't think I could watch that movie now. When it came out, it was funny, but now that shit was terrible.
I never liked it even when I was a kid.
Side note, Truman Show scarred me for life.
I
No.
love Truman Show, man. That's one of my favorite movies.
Truman Show scarred me.
I love that movie.
Continue.
I saw Truman Show and I thought to myself, like, damn, I knew some deep shit like that was happening.
Facts. That shit fucked me up.
I fuck with Truman Show. Wait, so do I go again or no?
Go again, because we're behind.
Okay.
Are we?
Yeah, because they've got 4, we've got 2.
Not a popular one, or like I don't even know if you guys have watched this movie, but James Franco and Spider-Man when he was the Green Goblin.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh my
terrible.
God, bro!
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
He didn't do good at that role at all.
No, he was such a pussy. It wasn't well acted. He was a little whiny bitch.
James Franco and early Ryan Reynolds were trash.
I like early Ryan.
I don't. Trash.
I fuck with Ryan Reynolds, bro.
And Jake Gyllenhaal's kind of trash, but I'm gonna keep that on low.
I don't. Yeah.
I'll go with 2. I'm trying to think of ones that you guys might have seen. Here's might be unpopular. Kevin James from King of Queens. I thought he was the most annoying fuck in the world.
I like King of Queens.
No, I couldn't stand that. Another one that I'll go with would be. Have you guys seen Veep?
No.
No, passing. Peaky Blinders.
Yep.
Yep. Sam Neill, the Major Chester Campbell, the old Irish dude from the beginning. Mad annoying to me.
Shane about to round it out. We on 5 now?
I still got one.
Same. So we can soon go back to.
I think Fox just gave his 4th and 5th.
No, that was 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
Flock, I was just thinking Peaky Blinders. I hate the son of the woman who they find later in life.
Michael?
Yeah, Michael from Peaky Blinders. I just watched that show. Despise that dude.
Yeah, he fucked everything up.
Yeah, he's corny. I don't watch that much TV. This is really difficult for me. The Green Goblin was one I was going to use. Oh, I got to go last, boys. I'm sorry.
I'll go Orietta Mayflower from Fargo.
Never seen that.
Great movie. I like that movie.
I thought it was a TV show.
The TV show, yeah. The one.
Oh, I'm thinking of
I
what's
know
my man named Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Your go, Joe?
I'm up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rob Snyder, The Water Boy.
I respect that. Mad annoying.
Yeah. Like you can do it, shit never hit. Wasn't funny.
Said it never hit. I'm gonna finish up with Walter White's wife, Skylar from Breaking Bad. She was the fucking worst wife ever.
His son got the job too. He's just handicapped, so I keep giving him some slack.
Is she handicapped?
No, the son.
Oh, okay. You know what? Malcolm in the Middle. Everybody on that show can go.
I like Frankie Muniz, dog. I was just watching Big Fat Liar last night.
They can get that whole show the fuck out of here.
You ain't fuck with Reese or Dewey?
Nah.
What?
Reese or Dewey.
Ed Nettie, get that whole show the fuck out of here.
That was one of my favorite shows, dog. Ed Nettie sucked.
What?
You liked it? Okay, whatever.
Come on, man. Ed and Eddie was trash?
Trash.
Girls.
Oh, y'all crazy. Them motherfuckers was stupid.
Feel like Powerpuff Girls more.
That shit was hard, dog. Sorry. I've been supporting women.
I don't got a – so I guess my last one here. I don't have a specific, but Adam Sandler is the most overrated actor of all time. And
Damn.
It's not true at all.
The only movie I like is
Big Daddy,
and Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison is the worst movie to me. And that is so unpopular. I hate Billy Madison.
Funny people, amazing movie, great acting.
I can get with you, Shane. I don't know if I could really. I don't know if I'd ever want to sit down and watch an Adam Sandler movie.
Uncut Gems, great movie.
Happy Gilmore is the only one that I like. Truly love Happy Gilmore. Everything else is...
Little Nicky
sucks.
That's the title right there of the pod. Little Nicky sucks.